It's been fun night, hasn't it? Already, we're getting the luck of the Irish. All right, so we want to encourage you to go ahead and sign in right there. That you are a guest here, whether you're live on Facebook or if you are with us in the Zoom. Either way, sign in. Guess how many wonderful kisses we have in this beautiful product. And I want to share something really, really fun with you. Jeni is going to make Irish soda bread. Jerrod is going to make apple cake. Amy is making hash browns, and Angela is making salmon, and the other Angela is making pistachio muffins. We're going to have a great night. And if you're a guest on Facebook, you need to go ahead and put in the chat right there, because we're checking both places, both Zoom and Facebook, to find all of our guests. And you sign in and say, I'm a guest, and who you're a guest with. And if you don't know who you're a guest with, just put Pam, because it counts. And then we also need you to put on there if you're a host. I'm a host, and who's your Tupperware representative with you, and who your Tupperware rep is, and so you're a host with, and so that you can be in a host drawing. So we do a guest drawing and a host drawing, and you could win. And we do free Tupperware, and we ship it to you at no charge to you at all. So it's a really fun night. We've got all kinds of fun things planned, plus our guesting game. Somebody else wins free Tupperware. How many kisses are in this big piece of Tupperware? This is gorgeous, and it's so pretty for salads and jellos and all kinds of fun things. My favorite for it is my taco dip. I make a cold taco dip. That's so delicious and easy to do, and it's so pretty in here. All right, and so we're going to turn this over to Jeni Cheatham, a star director. She's going to make you soda bread. So let's turn it over to Jeni. Thank you, Jeni.
Hey, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day a day early. So this last year, I've heard people say so many things about how hard it was and how difficult it was. But let me tell you what, I learned a lot of things this last year, learned a lot of things about myself. And one of the things I learned is I can actually read a recipe and make it work if I concentrate on what I'm doing. So I'm going to make Irish soda bread, not because it's something that I've done all my life and it's one of my favorite recipes, but because I made it 2 days ago. It came out pretty good, and it's Irish, and this is St. Patrick's Day, so that's what we're going to do. Now, I want you to see, these are the products that I use to get it ready. But there are certain things you do not need to see. You do not need to see me measure out 4.5 cups of flour with our cool measuring cups into our cool bowl. But one of the first thing we have to do is the egg. Now, here's a fun fact. You do not have to put an egg in Irish soda bread. It makes it a little lighter and it makes it a little fluffier, but it is not necessary. So if you don't want an egg, that's fine. And we're going to use some buttermilk. And you just kind of whisk those together. And here's another fun tip. Oh, okay, here's another fun tip while you're whisking your egg and your buttermilk together, right? If you don't have buttermilk, because I didn't always have buttermilk in the refrigerator. My granddad drank buttermilk, but me not so much. But if you need buttermilk for a recipe and you don't have it, you can put a teaspoon of lemon juice or white vinegar and a cup of milk together, and let it set for 5 minutes after you whisk it together, and it will work for buttermilk in your recipe. So just in case you ever need to know that, there you go. Now we've got our flour here, and we're just going to dump this in a bowl. This is one of our That's-A bowls, and this is a whole pile of That's-A bowls. This is like a great stack of That's-A bowls. There's even 2 little bitty ones. I used one of these to do the egg and the milk. Doesn't matter what color they are, they're amazing. And they're great for everything. So, and then our Sheerly Elegant. These things are so cool. I think they're clearly elegant, sheer, clear. But I put all the other dry ingredients, and all this soda bread takes is flour, baking soda, sugar, and salt. And then the egg and milk. That's it. So we're going to put this together, and you just kind of mix it up so that it's all together there like that, right? Then we've got some butter. And this is another, I learned all this stuff today. Okay, so you can Google anything and find stuff out. So these are our freeze-it containers, and this is 5 tablespoons of butter in little cubes. And you need to put that in there, and you're supposed to cut the butter into the flour. Now you can use a pastry cutter, you can use a fork, you can use your fingers, but Google says that the colder the butter, the less crumbly your flour mixture will be. So it said if you could freeze the butter ahead of time, that was a great thing to do. So I did.
What kind of butter are you using?
I am using Kerrygold Irish butter, which is amazing and kind of an interesting fact, okay? Kerrygold Irish butter does not taste like any other butter in the world. And if you've never had it, go ahead and splurge and get some, especially if you have hot Irish soda bread to eat it with. Okay, so we're gonna put that in there now. We're gonna add the raisins. Raisins are optional, but I think they're really supposed to be in Irish soda bread. So we're putting them in there. I am not a big raisin fan, but that's okay. Because I actually ate some of the Irish soda bread the other day with the raisins in it, and I didn't even mind the raisins. When I tell you I don't eat raisins, I mean I don't eat raisins. Now, here's where the fun starts, guys. This is like Play-Doh for adults. Because now we've got this flour mixture in here with the raisins, and we're going to take the milk and the egg and put it in there. I'm going to move some of this out of the way. Just going to take one of our cool kitchen utensils, our flat spoon, and you just mix this up enough to where it starts to get, there's no yeast in this, so you don't have to wait for it to raise. You just make sure that the flour is just getting a little bit of that milk mixture in there so it's getting wet. And then, making quite the mess. We're going to take a cutting board. This is a Tupperware cutting board. I love everything Tupperware, right? And I am going to take a little bit of flour real quick, okay? This is some milk and butter. I'm going to put it in the microwave just for a few seconds, like 15. Find the right buttons, right? Okay. Just to melt that, because we are going to spread that on top of this before we put it in the oven, just because it helps it brown a little bit. So we have this now. I am going to do this adult Play-Doh thing here. I am going to take a little bit of flour, put it on this cutting board. So we're going to put this mixture in there. I'm going to take a little bit more flour. I'm going to put it on my hands because it'll stick otherwise. So then we're just going to take this, mix it up a little bit with your hands. Take your rings off before you do this, just as a personal favor to yourself, because it won't hurt your rings, but you will spend the next day getting everything out of it. So we're just going to turn this out on this cutting board. There we go. And you just kind of play with it for a few minutes. This is great for your kids. Your kids will love doing this. Like I said, it's like Play-Doh for adults. And you really don't have to do a lot to it. Just make sure that that flour is mixed up in your dough. And you're going to make it into kind of a ball. Just like this. So you don't need a loaf pan for this. You don't have to make it look absolutely beautiful because it comes out so cool. And it's flaky. It's like powdery. So you might think, well, I need to knead it more, but don't. Because if you knead it too much, it gets tough. And you don't want tough bread. That's no good. Now, real quick, I'm going to see if Jim will come over here. And I know he will.
What am I doing?
I just need you to grab this baking sheet with the silicone mat on it so I can put this on there, but I have this stuff all over my fingers. So, all right, so we're just going to, thank you. We got our silicone mat on there, and with our silicone mats, you don't have to grease anything. You don't have to worry about anything. We're just going to slide it off right onto there. All right. And, well, this is great. Remember when you were a kid, you used to play with like glue and Play-Doh? and stuff like that. That's what this reminds me of. Now, Play-Doh and all, we're gonna cut an X right in the middle and go down kind of deep. This makes it bake even, and it gets it down all the way in there. So, and the only other thing we have left to do, I really have to wash some of this off. So this would go great with Irish stew, corned beef and cabbage, butter. I mean, it's just really good stuff. And we're gonna take our butter mixture. Actually, just gonna kind of pour it over the top here, because it's just gonna help it brown. So this goes in the oven, 400 degrees in the oven for 40 minutes. But for the last 15 minutes, you put like a tent of aluminum foil over the top to keep it from getting too brown on the top. So the reason I went first was because we should have time to come back and you should be able to see it finish whenever it comes out of the oven. So there you go. Who's next?
Oh my goodness, that was amazing, Jeni. And so if you guys didn't get to see the whole thing, I'm really apologizing because we had a hard time getting it up on the studio page. So if you're watching from our studio page, thanks for being here with us. And you want to put in the chat that you're a guest of who invited you to the studio page to watch. If you just happen to jump on, just put Pam, it counts, it gets you in all the drawings as well. But if you have somebody that invited you on, we need to know. And then the other thing is, if you are a host, put on there that you're a host and who brought you, and so that we can get you in drawings for host, because we have a guest drawing and we have a host drawing. And then the other drawing we're doing tonight is this gorgeous bowl. This is huge. It is humongous. This is the great big, look at that. Is that pretty? Isn't that so pretty? This looks so pretty with your taco dip in it, with your jello, your pasta salads, anything like that. It's beautiful. It looks like glass. You can seal it up. And when you seal it up, like if I make my taco salad inside of here, I don't have to use the wax paper and the foil to put on top of there and then hope that nobody sets anything on top of it and ruins the top of my pretty taco salad. Perfect. I can set things on top of it in the refrigerator, never ruin it. And it is $29. I was going to tell you that it is 8.5 cups. Wow, that's a lot, right? But how many kisses are in there? Lots of kisses. How many? You have to guess the closest without going over. So if you're the guesser of the closest without going over, we send you some free Tupperware. All right. And so 3 people win free Tupperware tonight in our cooking show tonight. So stay tuned. So you'll have a chance to win free Tupperware. And plus, we told you to put down in the chat your favorite traditions for St. Patty's Day so we can give away some more free Tupperware. So we're going to give away Tupperware 4 times tonight. Now we want to jump it over to Amy. She's making hash browns tonight. So Amy, are you ready? Amy is a 3-star director with us, and we are so proud of her. She just got recognized in the nation for top in growth. Congratulations, Amy. Amy Gardner, are you ready?
I am. Thank you. Hello. So I am really excited because I'm doing hash browns, which I absolutely love. Potatoes and especially when they are fried, right? But I'm not one to buy a whole lot of frozen things, right? I like fresh and I like to make it a little bit healthy, right? And so I'm actually going to use this grill tonight, and I'm going to be able to show you. I'm going to be able to show you like how you can fry it up without adding all those extra fattening things like the oils, right? So, but first we're going to use the shredder. I absolutely love the shredder. So we use this a lot around here. We use it for doing our potatoes. We use it for doing our carrots. We also use it for doing our zucchinis. So, and in the fall, I do a lot of zucchini. And so having this thing to shred my zucchini and then freezing it is amazing. Okay. So because otherwise it would take forever. And I used to shred it, by hand, and I would always scuff and get my nails, and that's no fun. But so I'm going to show you the shredder, and I'm actually using a small attachment for it, the small cone. Let me put this over here. All right. But you can get a you can use a thicker cone if you would rather have a thicker cone, because it does come with 2 sizes. All right, so I already went ahead and cut my potatoes. Now I didn't peel them because potatoes, their skins actually have a lot of nutrients in them. And so, well, and vitamins, and just put that through there. So I try to keep all of the nutrients and vitamins in it that we can, because that's good and healthy, right? And that's what we like, especially for our growing kids. And I have 3 kids. So, oops, it's not stuck. It's probably got a little bit of water under it. I just used it earlier. All right, so let me just suction it back on there. But anyway, so I have 3 kids, and I want to make sure that they're getting all those vitamins that they need. And isn't this amazing how fast you can just shred your potato with the skin and everything on there? And you can't even tell. So when a lot of kids, they pick away the potato skin when, like for a baked potato, they don't eat the skin. They'll, okay, so they do. My daughter just told me, she's sitting here. She just said, I do. She didn't when she was younger, but the other 2 boys, they don't eat the skin. If they don't have to, they'll just pick it off, or they'll eat, you know, around it. So I try to get that skin in there, however I. And they asked, funny. So they asked, we have an Eco Dot, and we asked her if there, because the kids are like, there's nothing in the skin. And so we asked her, and she said, oh yes, there is. And she went on and on and on about all these different things. So it's pretty cool. If you have one, ask her. So anyway, I have now my shredded potato, and I only did a half potato. So the recipe calls for 2 medium potatoes, but I get my potatoes from Sam's Club, and so they're really big. And so I only need to use 1 large. So if you have a large potato, then 1 large potato is fine. Otherwise, in your one for this recipe, you want to use 2 medium-sized potatoes. All right. So I have just a lot of extra in here, so I'm just gonna use my spatula and get that off of there. And it's really easy for cleaning as well. You want to make sure that you take the base, which I already took that off, and set that aside. And then you just pull this apart. You don't really pull it, you twist, and it's super duper easy. So, and then there's just those couple of pieces, and then the cone comes right out. So, and that's going to be for later washing those. All right. So, but then you're going to add to it a large egg, and you're going to add to it some salt and some garlic and onion powder. And it's equal parts garlic powder and onion powder. And I already put all that in here. And look, I have our clearly elegant bowl. These things are amazing. So they look like glass, but they're not. And Pam was already talking to you about it. So I'm just going to add this into my potato. And we are using, I'm using our That's a Bowl. And so this is one of my favorite bowls. It's actually like my most favorite bowl to use when it comes to baking and cooking in the kitchen, because it has this handle on the side. So it makes it really easy just to hold on to that, especially when I have my little helpers in here helping me, then they can hold on to it too. And you know what? These are on sale. So make sure that you ask your consultant about the That's a Bowls if you haven't already gotten them. All right, so then I'm going to add to it some flour. All right, and it's not much flour. It's only 1/4 cup, and that's for 2 of these things. But you know what? I already did 1. So I'm going to show you that one in a little bit. So let's just add the rest of the flour in here and just give it a mix. Make sure you incorporate all of that. And then we're going to use it, and we have several different, and Jeni already used, or no, she didn't. She used our silicone mat. But I've done the sourdough, the Irish bread in my grill too, and it is really good. All right, so I have the grill here, and this thing is awesome. So Tupperware has these amazing products that help us in the kitchen to be more efficient with our time, right? And so this is one of those things. We have these premium products, and the grill is one of our premium products that we have. Absolutely love, love, love this. It has a heating element in the lid, and it has a heating element in the bottom. All right. And I'm actually using with it the ring, all right, tonight. And so there is a little trench around the outside. And so when you are cooking, if you're like have bacon in here, the bacon grease will go off to the sides. Or if you're doing your chicken in here, really yummy grilled chicken, so easy and fast. And the grease will go off to the sides as well. So it's awesome. But we're gonna actually put the silicone ring in here, and you could do with the silicone ring Jeni's bread, which is amazing. And I probably wouldn't put raisins though, because not all my kids like raisins. So, but we have done chocolate chip cookies in here, and they all like chocolate chip cookies, and it is delicious, and it makes a big old chocolate chip cookie. So if you're greedy, you could just eat it for yourself. And so look, ta-da, we have our potato in there, and then we're gonna just put the lid on. So we're gonna put it on, and it's gonna be in the grilling position, and put it in the microwave on high. Just kidding, it's gonna be on 70% power. And then for 8 minutes, and then it's going to come out. It's going to be crispy on the bottom. You're going to flip it over. You're going to do the other side, and then for another 5 minutes on 70% power, and then you're going to have a giant potato. It's a hash brown, and it is delicious. So you can add to it your salt. You can put ketchup. What's on it? She wants some, but it is so yummy. And so now my husband has breakfast tomorrow because he also loves the hash brown. All right.
Yum. Thank you, Amy. That looks really fun. And that was so brown. It was so pretty. That is awesome. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent job, Amy. You can see why she's a 3-star director and doing so well in business. I'm so proud of her. You know, speaking of doing well in business, we also have another director with us tonight, and her name is Angela Beck. And Angela is going to make salmon for us. Salmon, oh, love salmon. Anybody else love salmon? I'm telling you, salmon in our grill is spectacular. And so we're going to turn it over to Angela Beck.
Okay, so we're making salmon in the grill, and it's really awesome because it only takes 4 minutes. And we're going to make our sauce here in our whipping mix. The grill is amazing. We use this all the time. This is a huge lifesaver after school because the boys love grilled cheese in here, things like that. So all we did was we got a piece of salmon and we put a little bit of oil on it. It has nothing to do with the grill. It has to do with just the way that we're preparing the salmon. Let me grab a utensil here. Grab one of our Tupperware plastic spoons. Gonna throw that right in there like that. And we're gonna put this in the grill position. Okay, because we want it to be pressing down on there to give it a nice crispness to it. And we're gonna put this in the microwave. You know, it said 4 minutes, but it's a really thick piece of salmon, so I'm gonna go ahead and do 5 minutes while I'm making the sauce here. Hold on.
So Angela is a mommy of 2 little boys, and she's homeschooled a lot. Now they're back in school. So correct. Angela, tell us why you love this business while you're making that sauce.
I do love the business because I can work around the boys. The boys are in bed right now. That's why it's so quiet and peaceful. Whew. They are 6.5 and 8, and they are boys through and through. But what's nice is I can take them to school in the morning, and I can catch up on some of my training videos. I can reach out to customers, send messages to people, put my orders in, and earn really cool shirts like this. Love it. Thank you. And I can work my business, and at 1:30, I can go pick my kids up at school at 2 o'clock and be there for them, do homework, get dinner ready, tie up loose ends in the evening, and it all works. So
yeah, you've done so well in business. We love having you, Angela.
Thank you. And now we're getting back to a little bit of structure. It's a lot easier now that we're back in school full time after spring break week. And I love being here. This is like my second family, honestly. This is the coolest thing. I love this thing. So in here, I put Dijon mustard and honey to start. Now, normally I wouldn't, if I was at a party, of course I would have, if I was in your house, I would line all these cute little ingredients up so that you could see them. So I kind of wanted to give you that feel. I miss our home parties. I'm hoping we can do some deck parties this summer. But here we are on my stovetop. So we've got some rustic herb seasoning, some garlic, what was this one? Some steak seasoning. And then we have a third of a cup of a balsamic vinaigrette. We did the Dijon and I did the honey already. My honey's in my squeeze bottle. My oil is in one of my other big bottles. This thing is amazing. And then you just put this whipping mix on. Now the recipe we posted does call for numerous pieces of salmon, but I'm just making one because my husband, who's holding the camera, is not a fan of salmon, and I'm the only one who's going to eat it. So we're going to go ahead and give this. This one's a lot quieter. Believe it or not, the quieter one is actually doing more work. So it's kind of nice.
I know, it's crazy. It sounds like it would be the opposite, doesn't it?
I know it does, but it's not. When it's loud.
So the first time I ever ate salmon, I ate it in Norway, believe it or not. And Norwegian salmon is so good. Now I love salmon. Come back to the States and I'm like, oh, it is good.
I never ate salmon until I was at the studio and Loretta cooked this actual recipe for me. And she used the grill, and that's the only way I'll eat salmon now. So isn't that kind of funny? Like I never would eat it in a restaurant. I always thought it had a fishy taste. Like, but Loretta made it, and I was like, oh no, I'm not sharing this. So give this some spins. In here, I can hear my salmon going. Get that garbage can out of the way for you. Is our sauce that we can use to dip. Looks so good. And it's got about a minute left on the salmon. So did you have any other questions, Pam? And we can give that 1 second just to finish.
You know, let me ask you something. What is the most exciting thing you're proud of in your Tupperware business?
Let's see. Paying cash for my kids' braces.
There you go. That's pretty cool.
And contributing. My husband's got a good job, but you know, there's still other bills. 2 growing boys constantly need shoes usually. Being able to like be credit card free is nice. We're planning on a fire pit for our backyard right now where we're talking about that. And it's nice to be able to walk in somewhere and you just, you know, I might pull my debit card out, but it's cashed. And to know that I have control of our income that I'm making. So I took care of my grandma for 2 weeks this month. So everything's a little bit behind, but now she's back to her own good self. And I just kicked it into high gear and I'm catching myself back up. So
Yes.
it's really nice that I can control that at all times.
Well, I'm really proud of you for earning a trip to Disney too.
Yes. And let's get rid of the cooties so that I can go.
Yeah, no kidding. We're all waiting because Tupperware has a halt on all travel until COVID is a little more under control. But several of us have free award Disney trips that we get to go on. So,
Right.
and honestly, it's
we can't chance it really taking him
No.
before it's safe.
too important.
So
Right.
you can hear it sizzling.
Ooh,
Smells delicious.
smells amazing. Smell-o-vision.
Small vision, everybody come in close. Oh, here they are. I actually put these up. I remember tonight. These need to come back because we need another set.
I know. I love those things.
Oh, look at that.
Tupperware oven mitts.
Can you show them?
Ooh, that looks beautiful. Look at the brown. It's so gorgeous.
Those look really good.
Yeah.
And we can. I don't know where
A
all
healthy way to eat delicious.
yeah, I don't know where all my forks are tonight, but probably in the dishwasher. I'll just pop that out right onto a Tupperware plate. You guys can see salmon is supposed to flake, but still have a little glisten to it. That is 100% cooked, you guys.
It's beautiful.
It's good to go. So you can just
Yes.
take the sauce and have at it, you
Come on
know?
there, have at it.
Yeah. that's-
Yum.
So thank you very much. And the recipe's been posted.
Thank you. Awesome. Now we're going to jump to another Angela. This is Angela Robaugh, and Angela Robaugh has been with Tupperware. She is farm to table. She's very organic. She has her own garden. She does a lot of really cool things, and she actually goes hunting. She carries a gun, guys. It's the Angela. Angela Robaugh, take it away, girlfriend.
Hey, everybody. I can't believe Pam just said that, but yeah. Some people know and some people don't, but that's okay. That's me, right? I
We
mean,
love you for who you are.
so I love my farm to table. I grew up on a farm, and we live out in the country and are very outdoorsy, and that's my thing. That's our family's thing, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So I love to bring different recipes to you guys that have to do with, you know, down on the farm, down home cooking kind of thing. And actually today I posted in my VIP group that I was making corned beef and sauerkraut, and I slow cooked it in our cookware all day long, and we're going to eat some tonight. And then it's so big and yummy that we're going to have some leftover tomorrow for our Reuben sandwiches and green beer. Yay. So one of our traditions here in our house, which is really fun, is we make leprechaun traps. So our leprechaun traps, we set up, the kids set them all up, and we take these boxes and cut little doors and things and put little ladders and stuff in there. And when we try every year to catch a leprechaun, but we always seem to not make it good enough. But the cool thing is they drop candy. So my kids are making their leprechaun traps right now, and that's really funny. But we love to do fun things for St. Patrick's Day. And one of them this year that I'm going to do is pistachio muffins. They're green, right? And the kids love them. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do that. I also am going to use our Tupperware whip and mix. This is one of my favorite things to have in the kitchen because of the kids. And it's nice to take camping if you need an electric beater or a mixer or something like that. That's always nice to have, fun and good to have on there too. Actually, hang on. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and put some ingredients in. Now, all of our choppers and mixers, I always say, I like to put all the liquids in first, just to get that mixed up a little bit. And then you add your powder or flour or whatever it is that you do. It seems to always work out better like that. No matter what you're cooking or what you're using to mix it with, because it keeps it up off of that bottom. Because if you put the powder in first, then you put the liquid on top, then the powder kind of sticks to the bottom. That's a little trick. So for the pistachio muffins, we have a half a cup of salted melted butter. So we're going to put that in here. These are our amazing pitchers that go into the microwave. These are great for chocolate time when you're trying to melt some chocolate real quick. You can melt some chocolate in there because Easter's coming. You can dip those long pretzels in there and give it a spin and put it on our silicone mats and put pretty bunny sprinkles and stuff on there. So that these are great to have. It comes with another one that sets on top too. That's just a little bit smaller, and it uses it as a top for it too. So we have our melted butter. Now in here we have our 2 large eggs, 1 teaspoon of very expensive vanilla. I talked about that last time. That's a really funny story for another time. And we also have 2 cups, or I'm sorry, a half a cup of milk in there as well. So, and that was all of our liquids. So we're going to go ahead and put this top on. Now the top is really nice because it just sets right down inside of there. This is a great pitcher. If you're not using it for the mix and whip, this is one awesome pitcher to have in your home. So it's multifunctional. It's a whip and mix, but it's also a really cool staple in your kitchen. On the bottom, if you can see it here, this red is a non-skid ring. So you can put that down on the counter and it's not going to slide around on you. The top, you can see there's a little dip right here, and that goes where the pour spout is on the pitcher. And in the back, it has these two little claws, and that goes back here on the handle. So it's really easy to just set right down inside of there. There are the two different gears. That is a very cool thing to have for this, because it's in a setting, the way I think of it is really thick hard batters or really light and fluffy, easy to mix batters. So this is just our liquid. So we're just gonna put it on two, or I'm sorry, you can even put it on one, and just give it a couple little turns just to mix it up just a little bit. You don't want to really fluff it or whip it. So you can see how fast and easy that whips that up with the eggs and everything in there. So that's that. Now we're going to put our other liquids there. I'm sorry, our powder liquid. So it calls for 3.4 ounces of pistachio pudding. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to find. So you either want to order it on Amazon or go to a bigger store branch like Bueller's or Giant Eagle or something like that. They're more likely to have the pistachio pudding versus like the little local shops that we have, or little local restaurants. Not restaurants. Oh my goodness. See, I'm not perfect. Grocery stores. There you go. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. And that's going to give it that really pretty green color. We have our sugar.
During the audition was like, man, she would sound great doing country. And I was like, man, I don't think she would sound good doing country at all. That's her.
We're going to go ahead and give that a little mix. There we go. Oh, and it's getting a little bit harder because it's going to be a little bit thicker of a batter. So we're just going to put a little bit in and mix it. It's nice too, because as you can see, it's ambidextrous. So if you're right-handed or left-handed, it doesn't matter. All right. And then we have our 2 cups of flour. Now this is pretty much going to really fill it up. So we're going to put just about half in there. Going to give it a little mix.
So it's right-handed and left-handed, I see.
Yes. And you can mix it all around. And then we're going to lift it up and put that last little bit of flour in there. And you can see that it's getting really thick. And you're like, uh-oh, is this thing really going to work? And then you have it on that second gear and watch. It's super thick batter like that. Turns around, no big deal. Okay. So then you have your batter. And then what I'm going to do, I wanted to show you guys this also. Right now, this month, if you decide to join us, if you're a mom staying at home and you're like, what? These ladies are making how much? And they're getting these really cool shirts and all these prizes just for going to work and cooking, which we have to do anyways. And guess what, guys? We're on Facebook anyways all day long, right? So you might as well give it a try and make some money. But if you decide to either join our buyers club, or if you decide to join our business and give it a try for yourself and get that that side gig going, Tupperware gives you a special gift. You get to have our smooth chopper for only $15, I believe, right, Pam?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, for a small copay for $15. This chopper is amazing and I love it. So this is not in the recipe, but I love pistachios and I love that extra crunch. So right before, I just had my son crack some pistachios. I don't know how he's not still eating them and ate them all, but we put some down in the bottom here. And this is our cool chopper. Watch this, guys. All you do is grab the cord and give it a couple pulls. And look at that, super
awesome.
chopped up. chopped up pistachios. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to the batter and mix it around. And I'm going to put it in our muffin forms. And I'm going to show you guys these. Look at that, how pretty that color is too. And here is my muffin form. Check it out. So no matter what kind of cupboard space you have, guess what? You have room for this, right?
Right.
It is awesome and super easy to clean. It wipes right out of there. And speaking of going green, you don't have to use those little papers anymore. You can put them in here and it will work, but I don't ever use those little cupcake papers anymore or muffin papers. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these with that batter and then they bake. But the last trick that I have to share with you is you take either a little bit of these nuts and mix it in, or you can put these nuts on top. But you want to sprinkle sugar on top of the batter before it bakes. Because when you're at the deli and you go and buy those home or those really good big muffins and they have that crusty like top on them, that's what it is. It's sugar. So before you put your muffins in the oven, blueberry, banana, whatever it is, sprinkle a bunch of sugar on top. So as they bake and they open up, you have a bunch of little cracks and it's yummy and crunchy and yummy sugary. So tomorrow morning for breakfast, we're having all sugar and all green muffins for breakfast.
Oh,
so,
that's so fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. You did great. Great
Thank
job. Love your demos. I love your style, girlfriend. Awesome job. And now we're going to turn it over to Jerrod. Now, Jerrod's not been with us with Tupperware for a very long time, but he is dynamic and he's amazing. And we're excited to hear about your apple cake, Jerrod.
Pam says I have 8 minutes to make a cake. Can I do it? Of course I can, with magic. Let's get started. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. My name's Jerrod, and through the magic of Tupperware and video editing and my spatula, I'm going to make an apple cake in record time using as much Tupperware as I humanly can. First things first, look at my modular mates. All my dry goods are in my modular mates, and of course, I've got my Tupperware measuring cups. Let's get started, and let me get all my dry, or most of my dry ingredients in that's a bowl. 1/2 cup of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You could add 1/8 cup of ground nuts, but everyone in my house is allergic to nuts, so no nuts for us. If you'll notice, I haven't added any sugar to this yet because I need to cream the sugar with the butter, and I'm going to do that in a second. I need 2 tablespoons of softened butter, and my butter was not room temperature, but I have my micro pitcher, and all you have to do is take the very, very cold hard butter and you put it in here, 5 seconds, turn it, 5 seconds, turn it, 5 seconds, turn it, and it's soft without melted. I love my micro pitcher. I need 2 Granny Smith apples, and my Tupperware apple core isn't in yet, so I have to cut them by hand, but don't worry, I'm just gonna cut them into big chunks and let do the rest. All right. I have my apples, big chunks of apples sitting in my that's the bowl, but I need them smaller and shredded, and I'm going to use this right here. Watch this. Grab a few pieces, not too many, but not too few either. Put it in, and now it's going to get chopped up in there, but it may get a little bit stuck, so give it a good shake and do it again. And like magic, we have all those diced apples in a separate bowl than our dry ingredients. All right, so now I have the apples in one bowl. I have the dry ingredients in the other bowl. And now it's time to take my whipping mix, gotta love that. And I'm gonna throw in my 2 tablespoons of butter and my 1/2 cup of sugar. All right, now to cream the butter and sugar together. And there it is. Like that. Beautiful. Look at that. Already almost completely done. All depends on how soft your butter is. Obviously, the softer your butter, the easier it is. And 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to add my last wet ingredient, which is 1
Uh-oh. How'd that happen?
Did
We
we lose?
lost Jerrod?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh,
Man.
no.
It was so professional.
I know, it was
I
awesome.
was loving it.
I was like, I want everything and I already have everything.
I know, he is so good. And he's a genius when it comes to mastering that video.
I was just telling Eric, I'm like, he put a video in our Zoom. I don't even know how to do that. Like, I don't even know the beginnings of how to do that. I'm like, wow.
He's going to be teaching us now, though, isn't he, girl?
Yeah, he is.
Well, if he comes back to us in a minute, hopefully he can share with us a little more insight. We love Jerrod. And so I saw Angela putting her muffins in. Awesome. And I bet, Jeni, are you ready with your, is your bread out yet or not?
It's got about 7 minutes yet.
7 minutes yet. Okay. Angela, can you show us your muffins? And then I will do a quick bowl demo while we're waiting to see if Jerrod comes back around. Angela? Show us your muffins.
Unmute. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Look how pretty and green they are. Yay. They're not baked yet, but they're beautiful. And it's really cool because sometimes we get products of the future. I'm going to zip it, but sometimes you can scoop just the perfect amount into your muffin pans and they come out perfect and gorgeous. And now we're going to go ahead and sprinkle that the sugar on there and put those on top. This is really nice. This is my sugar that goes on the counter because when the kids have cereal in the morning and they want to add a little extra sugar. No, they don't have sugar every morning, but you have this little spoon inside of our counterscapes that you can go ahead and grab and sprinkle with it. So we're going to use that and just sprinkle the top of these. And like I said, as these bake in the oven, they're going to crust up and that sugar is going to brown a little bit on top too. And it turns out absolutely beautiful. And then I also have a little bit of those pistachios that I have cracked and chopped in our smooth chopper that I'm going to add to the top as well. So I have that, just that little bit of extra crunch. And you'll have to watch the recipe because you put it on the oven, you preheat it to 425 and you put it in there for 7 minutes. Then you reduce the heat to 350 and then you bake it for 10 more minutes. So make sure I do have the recipe and we will be posting that. So make sure that you pay attention to that part. Don't put it on 425 and crank it until the time's up. You have to switch that in between, kind of like a pecan pie or anything like that. So I am so excited for these. They look delicious and they smell good too. I can smell that yummy pistachio.
Angela?
Yeah?
Thank you. Now
You're
welcome. Melissa, because she's going to tell you about why she loves selling Tupperware.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. As she said, my name is Melissa, and I'm so excited that all of you guys were able to be here. I'm sure you are loving it because I tell you what, I love this mega party, I think as much as anyone else does. I love seeing different people doing recipes and seeing the products being used in different ways. And it's just been one of my favorite things that we've just added and started doing this year. I actually started with Tupperware 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years. It was right around this time of the year that I started. And I literally, you'll probably hear a lot of people say this, but I started to get product. I wanted the modular mates to organize my kitchen, and I'm like, why not get it at a discount? I had a niece that was involved in Tupperware, and I was very intrigued because she was not a person that I saw being in party plans and really enjoying that. So I was really surprised when she told me she started with Tupperware. So I'm like, oh, I will just join. I have always loved party plans. I've dabbled all my life in different ones that intrigued me. And I actually, in my 20s, was involved in one that I really enjoyed, had a lot of great connections. And then life happens, and actually, that company is no longer around. And the ones that I sort of dabbled in after, I just never found that same community and connections that I had with them. So even though I started in Tupperware just for the product, I was very curious to see what would happen. And honestly, it did not take me long at all to realize that this was a company that I could find those same connections and actually even better ones. So I started seeing there was potential, and then slowly but surely, I had people join my team, and then the team sort of started, I don't want to say exploding, but they actually just things really took off at the beginning of 2021. And I realized if this was something that I was serious about, I had to catch up. Now, if anyone knows me, they will know that I am technology challenged. Technology is not my strong suit. I'm actually a little bit standoffish with it. And it didn't take me long to realize when all the craziness started in 2021 that technology is where everything was going to be. So slowly but surely, I'm starting to add different things into my business, different technology and using different tricks. And I have found that Tupperware has had me step outside of my comfort zone greatly. And I will tell you, I was not real excited about that at first, but the more I do it, the more that I actually really enjoy it. Not only have I made connections and friends, but I have actually been a diabetic for 44 years. So since I was age 6, and if anyone knows anything about that, it actually can sort of disrupt your life often. You sort of make plans, and plans don't always work out. And doing Tupperware through Facebook and online, if I have low blood sugars or anything with my diabetes, I am always able to make it work because I'm not driving anywhere. And that's sort of where I would get into issues with, different things. And this, I'm able to do that. So there have been so many pluses and perks for me with Tupperware that I am so excited that I actually sort of stepped out. And even though it was for one reason in the beginning, it very quickly grew into something else. And I will tell you, if you have any interest at all in trying Tupperware, even if it's a buyer's discount, you're going to love it, because there is not a product that comes out that I'm not like, oh, I've got to have that. I've got to add that. Not always to my husband's happiness, because I am a kitchen girl. I love gadgets and stuff for the kitchen, but he is actually learning to love it just as much as I am. And, but if you want to take that chance to see what Tupperware has to offer you, this is the time to do it, because these mega parties are an amazing source for your business. You literally could do 1, 2 of these a month, and you're going to have the sales that you need to continue to grow in this business. And I guarantee you, you are going to make friendships like you didn't realize you could have. Most of us have been getting together just like this, through Zoom, through meetings, through telephone, and we still have some amazing connections. So I thank you guys for giving me the chance to speak. And if this is something that interests you, the opportunities with Tupperware are endless, even if it's just for the amazing product and the lifetime guarantee. And I couldn't be happier that I had stepped out and tried that.
Yay. Thank you, Melissa. We love having you. And you're a perfect example of making it work. You know, life can throw lemons at you, but you can make lemonade. And thank you for doing that and sharing that with us this evening. I hope you guys are enjoying this. That was your Tupper commercial. And now we're ready to jump back to Jerrod. He's ready to go for us. He's queued up and ready to go where we left off. Go ahead, Jerrod.
Did someone say I left off at vanilla?
Vanilla.
All right, then. I'm going to watch my phone in case someone tells me I get bumped off again. All right, let's see what I can do.
1/2 teaspoon vanilla. I'm going to add my last wet ingredient, which is 1 raw egg. All right, let's come over here and do that. It's beautiful. The egg has been added. Everything's been beaten perfectly together. And now all I have to do is add my dry ingredients. And then I'm going to mix in, not in here though, back in the bowl. I'm going to mix in my apple. Now, grab my dry ingredients, throw them in. There we go. Now, it gets a little tough. All I got to do is switch to the high gear and just watch it go to town. Oh yeah, beautiful. Mixes together beautifully. Popped it into second gear and it's just perfect. Look at that batter. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take that batter and I am going to put it in with the apple mixture. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that perfect mixture. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. I can't eat it raw because there's egg in it, but oh, do I want to. Now, to cook it, my MicroPro grill. I love my MicroPro grill. And of course, not just my MicroPro grill and my silicone insert. And if I've done this properly, this is the perfect amount to put in here. Let's take a look. Look at that. You get a bang on the counter. So it settles in there. And look at that. It looks so good. Now, when I put this in, I'm going to put it in casserole mode. So that means the lid is going to float on top and not sit down on top of it. So I'm going to put it in casserole mode. I'm going to throw it in the microwave right now. I'm going to throw it in for 12 minutes because that's how long it's going to take for this cake to be so yummy good. All right, when it comes out, it's going to be super, super hot. And I'm going to let it rest for a few minutes. And then it's cake time. Oh, it's ready. Pot holders. It's hot. And the test. Comes out clean. It's ready, but I got to wait 5 minutes for it to cool. It smells so good. All right, now it's time to remove the ring. And look at that. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful cake? That is a beautiful cake. And if only I could come over here and, oh yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now to cut into it. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Oh, that looks so good. So good and so hot. Anyway, we'll post the recipe. Thanks for watching, and I hope that was fast enough. Bye.
Thank you. Awesome job. Yay, Jerrod, the video magician. I love it. Thank you so much. And you know what? I hope you guys have had a great time tonight. There are still some really good deals you probably need to know about. So if you haven't seen already this gorgeous tower of bowls sitting over here, oh, it's so pretty, isn't it? All of these, you have a 42 cup and a 32 cup and a 20 cup, 12 cup and a 6 cup. And then these little guys sitting right here, 2.5 cups each. So the set of bowls you can get is half price. It's normally 90 and you're going to be able to get them right now. It's normally 86 and you can get them for 45. That is a really, really good deal. I will tell you that this bowl itself would be $39 if it were by itself. And so the entire ensemble completely also condenses down inside of here. And so you only need room for the one big bowl and not all of these bowls. What do we use this for? Well, obviously popcorn, hello, a lot of potato salad, a whole lot of fruit salad, macaroni salad, pasta salad, tossed salad, all those picnics that you go to all summer long, and you think, my goodness, I need to take salad for a lot of people. You can take your smaller bowls and put the ice water in them and leave about a ½ inch room for expansion and put them in the freezer. And when it's time for you to put a pasta salad down inside of here, put that bowl down inside of there, and that becomes a chilled bowl. Because anytime you see a round seal in Tupperware, it's airtight and liquid tight. If it's round, make a sound, that means burp it. And if it's square, leave the air. You can make it an airtight container, but not a liquid tight container, because only the round seals are liquid tight. So turning it upside down works perfect, and you won't have any leaking as that begins to melt down inside of there. And if you'd like to use the smaller bowls, they really work well too, because they take a little better seat inside of there, but they don't stay ice as long as the bigger bowl, all right? So you get these two little 2.5 cup bowls, and they are really perfect for dip. They're really good for a little bit of potato salad, macaroni salad, or anything like that that's the leftovers, and you want to get rid of the big bowl and you want to put the smaller bowls, always size down. It's really good for applesauce and cottage cheese. Anything that you bring home from the grocery store that's in the like the cottage cheese containers, the Cool Whip containers, those containers are meant to be biodegradable, and they already started. And so getting rid of them out of your kitchen after they're open the first time is pretty important, because the hairline cracks all the way around the seal, lets moisture in, which lets bacteria in, and you need an airtight liquid container that's going to be bacteria free, because unfortunately our refrigerators are always going to have a little extra fumes and aromas going around, but also carrying bacteria and air. So lock them up in an airtight, liquid tight seal, and you know that you're keeping things really, really fresh until its very last day. I also will tell you, these are perfect little bowls. I love to do my Jell-O salad. Now, when I make Jell-O salad, it depends on how many people I'm making it for, but this usually is my favorite size. And I will take a package of Jell-O, and I like the larger box of strawberry Jell-O, and I put it down inside of here, and I add my hot water and slush it around really good. Then I add my cold water and slush it around really good. And then you take all the leftover fruit in the house. So when it's before it's time to go to the grocery store, and you've got stuff that if you don't use it, it's going to go bad. You can put sliced bananas in here, your little mandarin oranges, open them up and put them down inside of there. You can even take slices of apples and put it down inside of here. Don't forget some marshmallows and some nuts, and mix it all up down inside of there, whatever your favorite Jell-O is. Then you want to take it and seal it all the way around. And when you seal it all the way around, make sure that you burp it so it's liquid tight and airtight. And if you listen really close, you'll hear what it says. So the next time you burp your Tupperware bowl, I want you to listen. Listen really close, because it says fresh. And then you put it in the refrigerator on its side like this and lean it against the wall, and it's going to set up for you Jell-O layers. When you open it up, you're going to have layered Jell-O. You literally have a layer of Jell-O with marshmallows, a layer of Jell-O with apples, a layer of Jell-O with bananas, a layer of Jell-O with fruit cocktail, a layer of Jell-O with pineapples, a layer of whatever you put in there, it goes into its own little compartment, and everybody gets their favorite Jell-O, and especially the fans that love the plain Jell-O. There's a layer of plain Jell-O. Is that not crazy? I know, right? It's like science in a bowl. Now, you know what? Science in a bowl can be a bad thing. Have you ever pulled something out of the refrigerator and you didn't know whether to feed it or eat it? Well, that's a problem. But Tupperware gives you an extended life for all of your fruits and vegetables and all of your produce and all of your pasta salads and your macaroni salads. And having this set of bowls gives you the perfect shape all the time. You know, I love this great big one because I love to make homemade puppy chow. And you're like, what is homemade puppy chow? It's for people, all right? And you take rice checks, corn checks, sweet checks, whatever your favorite is, and you put it down inside of this bowl. And then you take on top of the stove in one of our pieces of cookware or on one of our microwave products. I love to use my Stack cooker base for that. I like to take 1 package of chocolate chips and 1 cup of peanut butter and 1 stick of butter. And you mix that together on top of the stove or in the microwave and let that melt until it completely dissolves. And then you take it and pour it on top of that rice check, wheat checks, or corn checks. You take one of our good spatulas, and I love our spatulas because our Tupperware spatulas work without bending over and complaining about it. Have you ever had that spatula? It's bending over and complaining, and so I don't want to work, and you're like, work, and it does in Tupperware. They work. And so you stir it up really good. Then you take, now this is not a Weight Watchers recipe, you probably already caught on to that, but you take 4 cups of powdered sugar and you pour it on top of there and you stir it again. And then you seal it up and work your hands all the way around and burp that bowl. Then you take it and shake 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 it because you need to burn some calories because you are going to eat it all up. And it is so pretty. It looks like dog food, but it's not. It's called puppy chow, but it's delicious. Your family will love it. If they love Reese cups, they're going to love this. Now, the more powdered sugar you have in there, the whiter it's going to get. So if you really want to make this recipe for a particular party, maybe St. Patty's Day, you can put regular sugar in the blender and add a few drops of food coloring. And I like to add a little bit of green. And you can make that puppy chow be green for St. Patty's Day. You can make some more and make it yellow, mix it together very softly, add some M&Ms in it. It is so festive and so cute. It's cute for the 4th of July, red, white, and blue. And it's also really, really cute for a baby shower. If it needs to be pink, a little bit of red. If it needs to be blue, a little bit of blue, add some M&Ms. And it's so cute for a favor. You're gonna love that recipe. And it kind of tastes like a Reese cup, a glorified Reese cup. It's really good. All right. Now, you know what? I will share with you, other favorite recipe is homemade caramel corn. And homemade caramel corn is super easy to do. You fill this bowl. This is the that's bowl, 2/3 of the way full with popcorn. And I make my popcorn on top of the stove in our beautiful cookware. And I just coat the entire bottom of the piece of cookware with oil. I use sapphire oil because it's much safer and healthier oil. And then I take Ervo Wedenbacher's white popcorn. It's a very tender popcorn. It makes a great caramel corn. And you coat the bottom of it with that. You turn it on high and you walk away because our cookware is 5-ply. It's amazing. And you won't worry about burning it because as soon as you hear it stop popping, you just come in and you take it and remove it from the stove and pour it down inside of the bowl. Now, what I like about this is the caramel corn, how simple it is to make. You take 1 stick of butter, 1 stick, all right? And 1 cup of brown sugar. Now you melt that together on top of the stove in one of our pieces of cookware and let that start to boil. And when it starts to bubble for 1 minute, you take it off immediately and add 10 whole marshmallows and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. You stir that together and then you pour it on top of the popcorn and then you stir it up and then you take it and you seal it up and you take it and you shake it and you shake it and you shake it. Why? Because you're going to eat it all. You got to burn some calories again. So easy, so delicious, and so fun. And again, remember when I told you about that food coloring? If you want to make it festive for a particular party, add a little bit of food coloring into that mix. And don't forget, once it's cooled off completely, you can add some M&Ms well too, but don't add them till it's cooled off. And don't forget to taste it while it's warm because it's so delicious warm. You're going to be addicted. I'm so sorry. And I know you probably want those recipes, but how about when you purchase this set of bowls, you can ask your Tupperware lady for the entire set of recipes where there's over 20 recipes in here, all made for these bowls. That's right. Would you like to pay $88 next month or get them this month for only $45? All right. However, you know what? We have a deal for you. You can get these for that set of bowls for $45. These are $12. And tonight you can add the measuring spoons and measuring cups as well. And all of it's only $75. That's a really good deal. Don't forget to look at the other specials that we have going on. Our luncheon plates, our salt and pepper, our butter dishes, and we have 2 different sizes. We have the 1 stick and 1 pound. And I have to tell you, I'm completely in love with our serving center. If you don't have one yet, you need to get it now. because it's on sale, normally 45 for only 25. And it really is good for all of the taco toppings all the way around, your sour cream in the center. You can put your taco lettuce and your taco shells in there, and you can be the taco town. I made that up. You're like, really? All right. You know what? The next day you go ahead and put the seal on really quick, and tomorrow we're gonna have taco salad. No, I'm kidding, don't do that. But you know what I want to share with you? This is so practical and easy to use. All summer long, when you have to take the vegetable tray or the fruit tray to any parties and picnics, have you ever gotten there and you used the other tray because you didn't have this one yet, and you have to sort the vegetables because they slid together, and people look at you like, "Ooh, she's touching the vegetables like you didn't touch them at home." People, no, seriously, this is so nice and deep that they don't travel from compartment to compartment. They stay in their own little condo, and the beautiful cover makes it. And so if you're serving this or getting this ready for a party, you can put it in the refrigerator, stack things on top of it, and not worry about the wax paper and the foil and crushing the top of it. It's going to be so practical for you and your family. I will tell you, when you get to the party, or if you're going to do this at home, it's really a good idea to put crushed ice down inside of there, put this down on top, and then it keeps it chilled. So if there's a dip in the center, or if you've got all your vegetables or your fruits around, they're going to stay a little fresher for you, just a little bit longer, and you're going to love this. This is also really good to make your homemade chocolates. If you love homemade chocolates and you decorate the chocolate, you run the hot water through the coffee maker. It will not hurt your Tupperware, but it will melt your chocolates. And you go ahead and put the different chocolates all the way around, the different colors, and you can easily decorate and have those chocolates just at the right temperature to go ahead and paint with and make those eggs so pretty when you're making that homemade pretty chocolates. You're gonna love this serving center for so many things. And last but not least, if you're throwing the party for 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, you can go ahead and take string licorice and put it down inside of here and put all of the gummy lifesavers, the Cheerios, the Fruit Loops, anything that's round that can make a necklace, and they can make their own necklace and send them home, and you can let them go home to eat it because that's a sugar rush. So guys, a perfect product. Every mom needs it. Every grandma or in-law like I am needs it, and every family needs it because they feel special when tacos are in something this pretty. You know, I hope you enjoyed this tonight, but we have a really good deal for you. If you're watching this and thinking, you know what, this is fun, I like this, we'd love to have you be part of our team. And you heard her talk about the opportunities. You have what we like to call the VIP group, where you really just want to get a discount on everything you purchase, which is perfectly fine. I have to warn you though, I came in to do that a lot of years ago. And my husband and I today have traveled the world and have had a free company car for way longer than some of you are probably even born. And I will tell you, it's been a dream opportunity. I've sent 3 kids through college and I absolutely love it, but I came in for a discount. So if you want a discount, we're gonna let you try it out for $15. You're like, what? Yeah, really, seriously, $15 gives you the right to purchase anything you want at 25% off. And tonight, actually, you can get our new products for April at 35% off. However, if you're coming in and thinking, I really want some product, I'm really addicted and I want the very best deals, well, don't just come in with that. Come in with what we call our kit. And the kit is over $400 for the product and your cost is $109. And it comes in with a lot of cool product. So you want to talk to your Tupperware rep and say, hey, can I see a picture of that kit? And she'll get it over to you so you can make a decision on how you'd like to join. However, I just want to tell you, for joining tonight, while we're doing our cooking show, you get to have a surprise. We're sending out presents, all right? It's St. Patty's Day, and the leprechauns have come here and left gifts for you. So if you join us tonight from the cooking show and you're on this evening during the cooking show and you submit this evening, your Tupperware rep is going to send me an email and say, hey, my girlfriend decided to be part of our fun and join either for the VIP club or the full Tupperware business kit. Either one, it counts, and you get the Lucky Leprechaun package. We'd love to have you be part of it. Now we're ready to give away our free Tupperware gift sets. One of them goes to the person that guesses the closest on all of our kisses in our large serving tray. And Jeni, who's our lucky winner?
Our lucky winner is Jeni Myers.
Oh, Jeni Myers, congratulations. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy you won. And it can go to anybody, and Jeni Myers is part of our team. However, our guest drawing and our hostess drawing have to be people that aren't our team yet. And so, Jessica, how many guests do we have on tonight?
Pam, we have 26 on tonight.
Woohoo! Awesome. All right, so we need a lucky number. Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 26. 2. Jessica, who's number 2 on your list?
Number 2 is, you look through my list because I randomly numbered them all, is Michelle Perry with Christy. Congratulations.
You're the lucky winner. And Michelle or Christy, one of you need to send me your address. You can find me on Facebook, Pamela Matheny Clift. I think I'm the only one. So find me on Facebook, Pamela Matheny Clift, all right? And then we also have our host drawing. How many hosts do we have on tonight, Jessica?
15 on tonight, Pam.
15, all right. Woohoo! All right, so Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 15. Hey, Alexa.
Alexa,
Hey, Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 15. Hey, Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 15. Hey, Siri, give me a random number between 1 and 15.
A random number between 1 and 15 is
12.
Number 12 is Sam Miles with Ruth.
Sam Miles with Ruth. Congratulations, you are a lucky winner. And so, Ruth, I need to have you or Sam send me the address so we can send out some free Tupperware. Now, last but not least, we also gave you an offer that somebody could win free Tupperware just simply for posting a tradition that you do with your family on St. Patty's Day. And so, Jenny, who's our lucky winner?
We need a random number between 1 and 9.
All right, Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 9.
I keep hitting the mic when I turn the mic off.
Okay, hey Siri. Hey Siri, give me a random number between 1 and 9.
A random number between 1 and 9 is 2.
2, okay.
2 would be Renee O'Connor.
Renee O'Connor! Posted what you do too with the kids. It was so cute. Renee O'Connor, congratulations on winning our Leprechaun St. Patty's Day gift. I love it. Guys, I hope you had fun. This was so much fun for me. I really enjoy you. And I hope you come back with us. Our next cooking show like this is on April the 6th. So if you're a hostess here and you want to come back, do it, because we got some bonuses going on that night. And if you're a guest here and you want to come back, do it and say, hey, why don't you bring some friends and be a host? Tell your Tupperware lady you'll host it up on the fun evening cooking show with champions. Do you have something else, Jen?
No, I put it in the chat.
April the 6th. Make sure everybody says hi and comes and sees us again on April the 6th. All right, bye guys.
Pam, my muffins are done.
Oh, wait, let's go look.
Bread's done too if you want to show them.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Do you see it? Okay. Yay! Yes. Awesome.
Oh, I just had Chase try them. He said, "Oh my gosh, Mom, they're just like the ones the big ones you buy from the store."
Oh my goodness! And look at this. Woo!
Oh, yummy!
Isn't that so pretty?
That
Yes,
is
it's on the
so
silicone.
pretty.
Yeah, you can see the silicone mat is not sticking.
Yeah.
Hold it up. Oh, it's crispy on the outside and super soft on the inside. I love it. I had
And look how clean it comes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look at that. I mean, seriously, you just rub it off, literally.
Yep.
You
Need
guys
some
see
Irish
that?
music for that.
All right. Thank you all. Have a great night.
Bye.
The first of your days in the there's no